Hi there. So we're back in the £100 Nissan Micra, and the sunroof is making horrible noises when I operate it. Have a look, or listen to be more accurate. Come on now. Oh yeah. The mechanism's quite sticky too. Open. There we go. We need to fix that. Well, I think the likely solution is lubrication. The question is, what type? Now, we have the classic WD-40 here, which does say down there by my thumb that it frees sticky mechanisms. So that's a candidate. Alternatively, I have this silicon-based WD-40. Now, I bought this to fix the sunroof on that Primera. You can see out the back window, which was squeaking and driving me absolutely insane. And this silicon one worked fine for that. But nonetheless, I think today we'll go for the classic and see what happens. Okay, so let's spray some in the rails here. I'm not going to put too much on because I can always add a little more if needed. There we go. And the same on the other side. Oh, just bang my knee. Ow, that really hurt. Oh. Right. Okay. So let's open and close it a bit, and hopefully the mechanism will free up. Oh yeah, it feels quite a bit better already. Oh yeah. And open. It's a lot quieter. And it's a lot smoother. Oh yes. We've been successful. Now I've noticed something in the engine bay which we're going to address as a precaution. This of course is the negative terminal of the battery, and if we follow that wire down, tricky to get the camera in there, but I'll do the best I can, we can see it terminates there with that nut on the gearbox. In other words, that is a grounding point. Now that nut looks quite dirty and corroded, and I know from bitter experience that that kind of thing can cause all kinds of electrical problems. For example, I once had a dirty earth connection in this Nissan Primera, so every time I indicated, cruise control cancelled. When I braked, the indicators came on, and the reversing camera only worked in forward gears, all caused by a dirty earth wire. So I think on that basis it's worth cleaning the earth point on the Micra. I've already removed the negative terminal on the battery, and next of course I need to actually get to the nut. So I've got two choices. I could remove this air intake pipe, which is fairly easy, and that would give me good access. Alternatively, I can see if I can put together some flamboyant combination of extension bars with my ratchet set and reach the nut without taking anything else off. I'm going to see if I can do it without taking off the pipe. So I've got my longest extension bar, but that alone isn't long enough. So let's add the middle one. There we go. Now also I know it's a 14mm socket because I've already looked. So no, that's not going to work because I'm not going to be able to reach it like that. So I'm going to put this wobbly head bit on next, there. And then the 14mm sockets, like so. And then I suspect that nut is quite tight, so rather than use this smaller ratchet, I'll go for this bigger one here, which gives me a bit more leverage. Oh, look at that. Hopefully it works. Okay, well let's have a go, see if I can actually get to the nut with this concoction. It's down there somewhere. Still awkward. Okay, well it is on. Now the question, will it undo? Come on now. Oh, I've been lucky. Very lucky, that could have been really tight. Right, now, that might be loose enough just to grab now. Let's try it. It is. Come on. Nearly. Got it. It's just as well we're doing this job. This is the bolt I've just removed, and if we have a look at the underside of the washer, there we are. Plenty of corrosion, dirt and general nastiness. And it's a similar story down here. I'll get you the best view I can. At the end of the wire, again, you can see corrosion and nastiness. So I'm going to clean that off. I'm going to clean off the underside of this washer, and hopefully that will avoid any problems in the future.
Now it would be quicker and easier just to replace that washer rather than clean it up, but I've had a look through my bits and bobs and I haven't got one the right size. I have got this little abrasive pad though, and that is just going to be good enough to remove the worst of the corrosion.
Okay, so that's reconnected. I just need to put the negative terminal back on the battery, secure the clamp, and then see if the car starts. Did I show you this? Hang on. Little torch I use when I'm fiddling with cars, but it's magnetic, so you can stick it wherever you want, angle it to wherever you need. Really good.
Place your bet now. Will the car still start? It is in neutral, I have checked. We have lights on the dashboard. And yes! Really must buy some petrol. This little fella has just subscribed to CarSpyTV. Now you may remember in a previous video that I was having difficulty with some of these heater controls. They were jamming and therefore not working. Now this one I fixed by taking out the glove box and fiddling around up there with something that was jammed. That's now fixed. But at the end of that day, I was still having trouble with these two. These were turning, getting so far, then jamming and making horrible clicking noises. But they're a lot better now. I haven't done anything particularly clever. All I've done is just gently persist in turning them round, and they've loosened up quite nicely. I wouldn't say these two are exactly buttery smooth, but they are at least working. So there's progress.
Now, while I've got the WD-40 out, there's another quick job we can have a go at. This car, being old and basic, doesn't have remote central locking, whereby you press a button on the key and it all opens up. It's just got a traditional key that you put into a slot on the door, and that mechanism on the door is tricky to operate. Now, that may partly be because the key, to my eye anyway, looks slightly bent on this blade part there. What do you reckon? Does that look bent to you? But it may also be that it simply needs a bit of lubrication. So once again, hopefully, WD-40 to the rescue.
So you can see now when I operate the lock that it is quite stiff and uncooperative, particularly turning it to the left like that. Sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's a real pain in the neck. So I don't think, let's try, but I don't think I'm going to easily get the nozzle directly into the lock. So what I'll do instead is I'll just spray the key and then put the key into the lock. Here we go. Bit that side.
A bit more that side for luck. And hopefully, if I work this a little bit, it will free it up. Yeah. Better. Good.
Well, we're going to have to pause there today, mostly because of the weather. Every time I get the camera out to talk to you, there's an enormous rain shower and the camera gets soaked, and that's going to destroy it, which I don't want to happen. But never mind, we have made good progress, done a few useful things, and there's still plenty more to come on this little car, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can keep up to date. Right, that's all for now. Farewell!